Hi, it's Terry here with another process video for Peartree Cutfiles. I'm using the Off on a Wander cut file today, and I've cut it from white cardstock and I'm pairing it with the Pink Fresh Studio Happy Heart collection. So I'm going to use some Distress Oxide in similar colours in the Saltwater Taffy and Scattered Straw, just to add some colour to my cut file. So I'm going to add the Saltwater Taffy to the bottom, and then the Scattered Straw to the scripty words at the top, kind of coming onto the other word, the Wander at the bottom, but with kind of a white gap in between. So once I'm happy with the depth of colour there, I put it to one side to start creating the main body of my layout. And what I decide I want to do is create kind of a bit of a frame going on this layout. So I'm just cutting out a frame from the inside of this patterned paper. So I like kind of the blue ombre effect that I've got going on there. So what I decide to do is I've cut out a 1.5 inch frame off the outside, and then I'm just trimming down inside to create another smaller frame. So that's going to sit on my white cardstock with another piece of pattern paper inside. So originally I decided that I was going to use the same patterned paper. I've just flipped it over, and I'm not going to leave a gap, but you'll see what I do is trim that inner piece down so that there's kind of a frame, there's a gap between the frame and the inner piece. And then I distress all the edges. And once I've distressed those edges, I'm just adding it to the white cardstock background, just adding a bit of tape. I do go around it with some grey machine stitching, which you'll see later reappear. I'm just deciding where I want to add my photos. So I've stuck my cut file down, and I've added in the words on some foam pads to give it a bit more depth. I'm just going through the embellishments in the Pink Fresh Happy Heart collection, pulling out some of the words that I might want to use. So although this is photos of us on holiday in the Lake District in March, it was beautiful sunny weather, and I really felt like it was springtime, and I love the colours in this collection, so I've paired it with that. Although you wouldn't necessarily choose to put it with hiking photos. So I've pulled out the words springtime and together, and then also some of the ephemera that's kind of a little bit outdoorsy. So there's like a rucksack and some sneakers, and then just a few florally bits that I'm going to use. So I'm going to tuck my photos in under the cut file and just have them kind of going off the right hand side of that frame. So I want to kind of balance that side a little bit by putting a little bit of embellishment on that bottom left hand corner. So I just add the trainers there. And then I don't really like that corner where I've ended up with a bit of a gap between the photo and that word together, so I'm tucking in the rucksack there. I don't mind that this word's covering up part of the cut file because you can still read it, and you get the kind of gist as to the point. This layout comes together really quickly with this collection, and I don't want to add too much to it. to kind of offset the cut file, because I want that to be kind of the main piece that you see. So I'm just going through my stickers and finding some small word stickers that I like to use. So there's ones that say you and me, happy day, and then there's a bit of a gap under that photo that says off, next to where it says off on a wander, that I don't really like, so I do come back and add another sticker in there a bit later on. So I'm using this springtime there, and I'm just going to add this bunting underneath. It didn't fit how it was created, so what I've done is I've cut it in half so that I can create the bunting in the direction that I want it to go in, so that it tucks just under that word. I'm just adding that word sticker as I mentioned earlier. And this collection has got some beautiful butterflies in the ephemera and also in one of the pattern papers. So I sat and fussy cut out some of the butterflies the other day. So I'm just adding a couple of them on to this layout. And then I've pulled out that stamp set that I used previously. And it's got a definition of explore in really small words, so I just decided to add that above the cut file, just on that kind of pink background. It's difficult to see on the video, but that pink square's got kind of a bit of an ombre painty effect to it. And then I'm just finishing off with some splatters of gold ink. And the final touch is I just decided to add some highlighting lines with white pen on that script font. You can't really see it very well on the video, but it shows up better in the photos at the end. Thanks for joining me on YouTube today. Check out the links in the description below to find the cut file I used. And don't forget to hit subscribe if you've enjoyed watching this video. Bye for now.